Hello, Hyderabad. Welcome to episode 3 of Jouvert Talks. My name is Satish Raghu, and I'm proud to be your host. Before we get into all the nitty-gritties of this particular episode, which is quite exciting, I just wanted to take a very quick moment to say a very special thank you to all of you who took the time to support us, to like us, share the posts. And I think in total, all of our digital platforms revealed a combined total of over 350 views for the last podcast, that's episode 2. So let's see if we could continue in our initiative to keep bringing more businesses to the light and exposing as many solutions to the country's challenges that make India such a wonderful place to be. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with episode 3. In today's episode, we feature none other than Dr. Sairam Atluri. Dr. Sairam Atluri is the founder and CEO of Tulsi Therapeutics. Tulsi Therapeutics is a new company, but with revolutionary promise. What they are doing is working specifically into stem cell therapy and exosome treatments. So, without further ado, let me just introduce to you Dr. Sairam Atluri. It's a pleasure to have you, Dr. Sairam.
Likewise, pleasure is mine, Satish.
I think that your career, as far as my research goes, shows an extensive presence in North America. And somehow you've decided to go, leaving a very cushy experience over there, and set up something brand new in India with a lot of promise. And after speaking to you, I realized that there's something in your mind and in your heart that wants to add something of value to the Indian community. Could you tell us a little bit about Tulsi Therapeutics' genesis?
Yeah, so I've been in stem cell therapy for about 8 years, mostly treating spine and joints. And then COVID happened. So it gave us a lot of time. At that time, we looked into manufacturing stem cells, paid a lot of focus and attention in that, and became really good at it. The issue with in the US, FDA, at least at that time, has been very restrictive and not very encouraging to these alternative therapies. So at that time, my wife and I made a decision, let's move to India with this technology that we have, because we've seen the magic that it does, and move to India and start working there, because we felt it's easier to navigate the regulatory system in India than in US. And that prompted us to move back to my hometown, Hyderabad.
It's a pretty impressive idea of bringing such advanced technology to India. What I've done is a little bit of market research on the market potential of stem cell treatments. It's estimated to be currently at about 11.8 billion US dollars, and with a CAGR of about 10% leading up to, I think, 2032. So with that kind of growth trajectory, I wanted you to, for the purpose of a very lay audience, tell us a little bit about what regenerative medicine is specifically about, going with a focus on stem cell therapy and exosomes. What exactly is it, and how exactly does it work?
So yeah, the numbers sound astounding. Who knows if it's true or not, whether it'll pan out. But having said that, I think stem cells potentially can be the future of medical treatments. And the reason is, if you look at current medical treatments, especially for chronic conditions, anything like heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, Alzheimer's, neurodegenerative conditions, there are not many options in traditional medicine. Number one. Number two, they are capable of only treating symptoms but not addressing the root cause, because that's where the science and technology is limited at this point.
Yeah.
So stem cells have the ability to fill this therapeutic void where we're actually regenerating tissues for the first time in the history of medicine. Because that's what they do. Stem cells are designed and made by God or by nature to repair and heal. That's their job. And all we are doing is putting them in the right place so they can do what they're good at, which is regenerate tissues and help with the treatment of that particular medical condition. The World Economic Forum, for example, in 2020 actually said stem cells are the medical innovation of the 21st century. So there is a lot of potential, and there are some roadblocks and obstacles also. But I think I truly feel that in the next 10 to 20 years, it will become standard of care.
Going a little bit further, I was digging up a little bit into Tulsi Therapeutics and its breakthroughs. I happened to come across a really interesting article where it suggests that Tulsi Therapeutics has successfully reversed fibrosis of the liver.
Correct.
In some preclinical trials. So could you tell us a little bit about what Tulsi 28X is about, and why is this particular breakthrough such a fantastic piece of science?
So in regenerative medicine, there are two products. One is stem cells and the other one is exosomes. Exosomes has come into everybody's attention only in the last few decades. Stem cells have been discovered more than 60 years ago, but exosomes everybody started paying attention in the last 20 years. Both of them are independently have amazing regenerative properties. What we did, which is very novel, was combine both into one product and taking advantage or leveraging the individual mechanism of action, which is unique and different, to see if that will lead to synergistic effects in organ regeneration. So what we did, we took 28 animals with liver failure, and half of those animals, 14 animals, we gave them stem cells and exosomes as a combination product, and the other half, 14 animals, we just observed them as control group. What we noticed was which actually surprised us, 100% of the animals who got stem cells, when we looked at the livers, there was a regeneration of the liver which was damaged. And this condition has a very high mortality rate.
Yes.
So 40% of animals which did not get stem cells died, and none of the animals in the stem cell group died. So we were very happy with the results, and we were very happy because this was the first animal trial in the world where the combination of stem cells and exosomes were used to treat any condition, not just liver. First time in the world, and it's coming from Hyderabad, so that makes us very proud and happy, and from India.
Based on the research in stem cell treatments and therapy, and even with exosomes that explained it to us, the possibility for disease treatments is endless. I want to know from you, based on your focus with Tulsi Therapeutics, if you had to name perhaps even a top 5 of the most prominent diseases that your therapies would wish to target.
Like you said, the potential to treat many, but I think where we can really make a difference would be liver failure.
Yes.
Because the only treatment is transplant, and it's not a very scalable option or a very practical solution, right? Many can't have it. So we, at least the studies have shown that it can help in liver failure, even preliminary human studies. A lot of animal studies, including ours, have shown we can do that. And there's no drug currently that's available that actually can reverse fibrosis or cirrhosis, right? So I think it's a great indication. Good option either to postpone or even avoid liver transplants. And the next option or indication would be joint pains, knee, shoulder, spine, where we can inject into the joints and take care of inflammation. Then heart failure, kidney failure, autoimmune diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, and Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. These are the most common conditions that is afflicting the Indian population in this current day and age. But I'm also really excited about its anti-aging properties. And there's a lot of animal data showing that it prolongs the lifespan, and more importantly, it prolongs the health span. So if you look at the average age of Indian right now, it's about 73, I think. A human life, if everything is perfect, you can actually live until 120 years. But everything has to be perfect, right? And that's not possible. So my feeling is shooting to 100 should not be unrealistic, right? But more importantly, you want to increase health span. So until you're like 98 or 99, you have very few medical problems and you're independent. You live with dignity, not dependent on others. So that's what we're working on, because like I said, there's a lot of animal data showing that it is capable of doing that. Plus, there is preliminary human data, 5 human trials, showing that, the small trials, showing that they do increase both the lifespan and the health span. But more robust, large clinical trials have to be performed before we can have a conclusive conclusion.
Okay. I think, especially as you touched on liver disease, many people are not even aware that the Indian race, which is kind of like a conglomeration of different races kind of clumped into one, the Indian race is actually highly susceptible to fatty liver disease. And the thing about it is many people are not even aware of it. So I think that by targeting something like that, and again, creating solutions that are specifically going to democratize stem cell treatments and therapies for the Indian community is such a wonderful thing. So the priority is right in the right place, I think. Now, Niti Aayog had recently conducted a meeting held in, I think it's IICT Hyderabad, to discuss the ease of doing research and development. And that particular committee was assembled specifically to address the concerns that many scientists and researchers are having about doing research in India, conducting scientific research in India, and navigating the challenges that they usually face here. Understanding all of that, what do you feel are some of, because you've left a thriving career in the US and you've done this wonderful thing in this country, what do you feel as a scientist yourself are some of the major challenges that you faced, and what are some of the easily implementable policies that you feel can actually change things?
Oh, that's a difficult question. And I'm glad I said it's a difficult question, because we did not face many challenges, and which was very surprising to us. You know, when I told my friends and family in the US that I'm moving back, and they were very skeptical. You know, how are you going to handle the Indian landscape? You know, it's different from US. After being there for 32 years, you get used to a certain system, but here it's different. But having said that, very pleasantly surprised that we did not face many obstacles. Actually, our experience has been the opposite, in the sense that we got tremendous support and help both from the central and the state government. For example, we 3 years ago we set up research R&D in Aspire Bionest, which is it's an incubating center in University of Hyderabad, and it's funded by BIRAC from central government. And because of that, the facility was so amazing in terms of the equipment, the space that they had, and the support. Within 3 years, we not only created an amazing cell line, which we shown recently. US got an approval from FDA first time for a stem cell product, and when we compare our stem cell, the quality, our stem cell characteristics to the one in US, the one that got approved, it's much superior. And so we created a very premium product, and we created also along with that Exosome product, and then we finished an animal trial with very good results, all that in the space of 3 years, and that would not have been possible if Aspire Bionest was not there, which was funded by the central government. Now coming to the state government, we are collaborating with NIMS, and this is the first public-private partnership in the world that I know of, where stem cell research is being done. Right? So every time we went and made a proposal to the NIMS administration and to the government of Telangana, they were so positive, supportive, and that's why this amalgamation happened. And so maybe we are blessed, we are lucky, right place, right time. I don't know what it is, but as far as the scientific infrastructure is concerned, we've been very blessed and very happy about it.
That's a wonderful piece of feedback, because I think as you said, the state and the central governments have both been working very hard to create a meaningful hub and a meaningful ecosystem for research to happen here in India. I think because the country understands the value that the kind of products that come out of these things will bring to the world. But more than that, I think that a lot of India's brain drain comes from an ecosystem that's not really allowing their brightest and their best to take their work and bring it here and do something meaningful with it. So now that we've seen such a wonderful experience from your end, especially with you being exposed to the way a first world country tends to do things, and you're coming here and experiencing such a wonderful way to start your business, I think it's something, if it is anybody from the government is listening, it's a wonderful step in the right direction, because I think many scientists, usually the first things they like to cite when they talk about these challenges would be things like they'll speak about funding issues, they'll speak about infrastructure challenges, human resource readiness, and so on. But I see a lot of changes that have happened, and I've just been here for about 6 years. I've seen so many colleges that are specifically targeting students that are ready to come out of college and are work ready. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. You're seeing cases where funding is no longer that much of an issue for startups, especially if you have something tangible to offer. So let's pivot a little bit. I want to know what is next in the Tulsi Therapeutics agenda. What do you plan to bring into the healthcare world, and how do you plan to place a specific focus that allows the average Indian to be able to reach it, to attain it?
So we finished one animal trial. We have to do a few more animal trials to make, mainly to confirm the safety of the drug. And once we establish the safety, we have to move on to clinical trials. And we are planning to do that in liver failure to start with. And then we have to get drug approval from CDSCO and DCGI. only then these products can be used clinically. It will reach people. That'll probably take a couple of years at least by the time that's done. So that is the trajectory right now, and that's what we're focusing on.
The market value of life science, the field of life science in general, it's crossed, I think, 1.9 trillion for the end of the fiscal year 2024. So with a CAGR of 8% until 2033, it's nothing to gawk at. It's a pretty big figure we're talking about. So understanding all of that, and for the youngsters out there who are probably studying science, life science, and wanting to take this up as a career, whether it's for the purpose of entrepreneurship or whether it is for the purpose of research, what kind of advice would you be giving to these people to make in India, to develop a product in India, and what kind of advice would you give to these kind of people to make something that is actually going to make a wonderful mark in the world?
So I think the most important thing is, and most difficult thing also, is to find a solution for a problem that affects the common man. That is the most challenging part. And for me, I was fortunate because it fell in my lap. Stem cells fell in my lap, but not everybody is that fortunate. But I think if you constantly keep looking, and when the opportunity knocks, when to open the door. Number one. Number two, my advice is, and this is what we've done, is give your heart and soul, blood and sweat, burn the midnight oil. Anything that you pursue with passion, it will work out. And the third thing is find a nice mentor who can guide you. I think if you follow these three principles, you can get somewhere.
With that, I want to say a very special thank you, Dr. Atluri. I think you've taken some very exacting scientific concepts and you've broken it down in such a wonderful way for a very lay audience to be able to understand and appreciate the value of stem cell and exosome therapeutics and research. Thank you so much for your time. I want to say a special thank you to all of you audience, for listening to us, for giving us your love and actually spreading the word around about what we are doing, what we are talking about. I want to say a special thank you for that. Please make sure to join us for the next episode in the next month. But before you leave, don't forget to like us, to subscribe to our channel. I will actually be leaving a description and a link to Tulsi Therapeutics website in the description below. Please don't forget to subscribe to us and make sure and follow us on all the different social media handles. This has been Jouvert Talks signing off. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode.